Love Food, Hate Waste is the waste not want not of the modern day, providing handy tips and advice to help all of us waste less food. Reducing food waste is a major issue. We throw away 7 million tonnes of food from our homes every year in the UK, costing the average family with children almost £60 a month. Now we're looking at the food we all waste when we're eating out at restaurants, pubs, cafes and fast food outlets.
I do waste some food, but it's normally the kids' leftovers, what they don't eat.
If I pay for it, I like to eat it.
Sometimes my eyes are more hungrier than my stomach, so I'll put in extra in my plate that I can't eat.
There are lots of opportunities to waste less food, to save money and the environment. 527,000 tonnes of edible food is thrown away each year by pubs, hotels, restaurants and takeaways. This comes from wasted food on plates and in food preparation. Over £250 million in savings could be made by pubs, hotels, restaurants and takeaways by thinking of ways to reduce food waste. Most waste from kitchens, restaurants and cafeterias is sent to landfill, where it breaks down and generates methane gas, which is much more powerful as a greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide.
Potatoes and vegetables, maybe. Not usually meat, we do eat all the meat.
Side portions out of garlic bread or chips.
It's usually like the salad and stuff, the extra bits that you can get for free.
This kind of salad is not particularly appetising, the type of lettuce they use.
I guess you don't mind wasting food when you're out at restaurants because you think you've paid for it all.
I look at what's in front of me and don't think, well, what's going to happen to it if I don't eat it?
You're kind of there to experience the restaurant and the food. The waste is kind of always at the back of your mind.
Usually the places that I tend to go to, the portions are around about right.
You don't have a choice of how much food is put into the plate.
I find that sometimes too much food on the plate is off-putting.
There's one children's menu for children, I guess up to 12, and if you've got young children, the portion is often too big for them, but there's never really a toddler portion or an under 5s portion.
When you get older, you don't eat the same amount of food as you do when you're younger.
My friend and I tend to look at children's menus. There's not much on there, but there are smaller portions.
Usually when I serve them their food and I go, oh right, it's quite big, I don't know how I'm going to eat, all that sort of thing.
I've been to a lot of restaurants, nice restaurants, but it's all about mainly presentation and the way it comes out. And you think when it comes, there's not enough meat there, but when you vet it, it makes you realise then the food's nice. You know, when it's only half the size of somewhere else, it still is enough. It still is enough.
I always ask to take my food home. If I was with family, then yeah, but then if I was with friends and that, I wouldn't know.
I think it's quite an unusual thing to ask for in this country.
There's a certain bit of a snobbery about that, or you feel bad about that.
You think everybody's looking at you and you get embarrassed so you don't ask.
You've paid for it. You know, I'd rather take it home and eat it the next day.
If they put it on the menu at the bottom, if you'd like a doggy bag or something like that, you know, then I wouldn't be afraid to ask.
It'd be more encouraging to people to take stuff back home rather than it go to waste if it was asked by the people who are running the restaurants.
They could advertise it like it's normal, it's like it's in society, that's what people should do, that's what people should use, like it's a normal thing, not something that's like not heard of and not taken part in by many people.
Well, the doner kebab shops do a small, medium or a large. And I think that should be more considered in places, or at least show you how much food is going to be in a medium or a large, because your concept of a small might be, you know, totally different to what their concept is.
We try to ensure that people, they have like a option to have smaller portions, because if they have a bigger portion, you know, if they don't feel hungry, if they don't eat all of it, they'll probably just waste it and just throw it into the bin, and you know, we don't want to waste food.
I suppose if a restaurant had 2 different sizes of children's portion, then that would help.
Some places don't cater obviously for the children's menu, but they will offer you the option of having something off the main menu but making obviously a smaller portion and obviously at a reduced price.
they had senior menus on the portions on the menu, I think that would be a great advantage, because you don't always want children's menu because it's either burgers or chicken nuggets or something like that, where I don't eat those, so you don't always want those sort of foods.
We should ask more questions. What portion would you like, and what kind of food? If you like salad or you don't like salad, or some people don't like a lot of chips.